Good morning, good morning. Good morning. All right. Well, all right. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our quarterly service awards.
I'm good.
All right. So, yes, I will turn it over to the city manager.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is fantastic. You know, I call myself making a grand entrance. Usually I come in through the side door here. So I decided to come down from upstairs, right in the back way, come off the stage. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The grand entrance was already facilitated before I walked in the room. Because we got the senior program, Verna Harris. That's why the grand entrance was facilitated. She came in and check out this dress. When I was upstairs, I was wrapping up. Where's Jerry Pryor? Yeah. Jerry Pryor was upstairs taking care of a little business with me and Jeff Forrest. Jeff, are you here? He's probably upstairs still. No. So we were together, so I'm rushing her out so I can get down here on time, right? Always try to be prompt and supportive. And so I have a chance to glance out the window, and there was this lovely floral dress. And I said, damn, that looks like Verna. And so, came down, not only you, but all your friends and supporters. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will deviate from our normal order of presentation. We're going to go ahead and recognize Verna Harris first. So you all can participate in that experience and photo opportunities. You know, Verna, you want to have a big group photo with everybody involved. So we're going to take care of that first so that we can allow other employees to come in and so 20 years is an excellent milestone for anybody. And introduction, Park, the senior program, all the good work being done. What more can we say? We say what we can, right? Yeah. All right. Do tell, Lachey King.
All right, so
I don't think I missed much.
You
of
missed
anything.
nothing.
I try not to.
So up first, Parks and Recreation.
That's what I
With 20 years of service, Verna Harris.
All right. Let's give it one more round of applause, everybody. All right, but we are going to make a correction. The way we introduce this one is the lady, Verna Harris. Everybody give the lady, Verna Harris. So, again,
Lady Harris. Lady I got a few of them now.
With 20 years of service, the dedication Verna Harris has brought to the city of Delray, we truly, truly thank you. Again, it shows by the attendance in this room. It shows by the events that you put on. And if you haven't been to one of Verna's events, all right, all our other departments, you missing an act. Countless days, countless weeks, and years that turn over. And the seasons, Verna brings it. She keeps you energized. She keeps you fresh. She's always bringing something new to the table. And with that being said, it shows. Keep up the good work. So with that, before she get me doing crocodile tears, with that being said, again, from behalf of the Parks and Rec Department, and I know also on the behalf of the city, we thank you for your service. We're looking forward for many more years that you're going to contribute, and let's keep having fun. Let's keep pounding.
Oh, you got family? Wait, that's important. You have family here? I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Okay, good to know. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever we acknowledge and celebrate employees, if family is in attendance, we allow them to come up to be part of the presentation. The son, the grandson. Right on. What's going on? All right, Terrence. Joyce, pleasure. Brother Gerard, okay. Let's allow everybody else to. Okay. Award program when a lot of supporters, friends, colleagues celebrate a milestone occasion such as what was just experienced by Lady Verna Harris over in the Department of Parks and Recreation, specifically Pompey Park. A lot of exciting times ahead in that regard. At this point, we'll go ahead and resume our normal order. However, Lachey, if you don't mind, I'd like to offer a special update to everybody. And not so much an update, but a few words of advice based on a little experience a number of us have had probably during the course of this week as well as this morning. So the city of Delray Beach, as everyone pretty much realizes now, owns and operates a wellness center, and it's administered in collaboration with Cigna, our healthcare insurance provider. And this week we've been hosting the biometric screening opportunities, health and wellness checks over at the community center. That's a very valuable service. I just had my experience myself this morning. The worst part of it all, of course, is when they take blood from your little finger. That always hurts everybody. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but it's highly necessary when the health screens come back normal, good, bad, whatever the case may be. But it's an excellent opportunity to become aware of any proactive steps many of us may need to take as we continue the rest of our lives. So it's a good experience, a great opportunity, and thus I wish to use this opportunity to encourage staff, employees, officials of the city of Delray Beach to utilize that service, because it's, quite frankly, in my opinion, based on previous experiences, a lot better than your annual checkup at a private doctor's office. This is pretty comprehensive, it's efficient, effective, and it's good for everyone's individual well-being. So just a little endorsement, if you will, but I think it's good advice. It's enough point. And a few of you all I've had an opportunity to say hello to this morning. Chief Watton was there. Ellen was on her way there when I was walking out. Jackie waited for me when I got finished up because she wanted to give me the business after I had my health screening taken care of. So it serves a lot of people well in a number of respects that otherwise would not be possible. So get yourself checked out, get squared away, an excellent opportunity to take care of oneself. So if I may impart those words, I don't need your permission because I just did it anyway. Okay. Lachey, take us home.
All right. With the Fire Rescue Department.
Well represented.
Yes. With 30 years of service, Dawn English.
Now that's a milestone in and of itself, 30 years. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
All right, so I have the least amount of time working with this young lady, only since October, but in that short time, she has distinguished herself as the epitome of a true public servant, a true advocate for not only the Fire Rescue Department, our entire team, her data analytics, her focus on service and enhancement of the Fire Rescue Department through the use and effective management of our data systems is admirable, and I can't tell you what unbelievable enhancement she is to our team. Now, she's only been a part of our team for a very short time. That's why my counterpart, Interim Police Chief Hunter, is going to take it away from here. Chief Hunter.
Thank you, Chief. I appreciate it. Yes. Thank you so much, Dawn, for everything that she's done. So for 19 years of my time at the police department, Dawn has been instrumental. Actually, when I started, she was down in Penn. She was the supervisor. Actually, no, let me digress a little bit. She was in dispatch. And then she went down to Penn's and took over as a supervisor and our Penn's police information specialist. And I can tell you there's nothing that she will not do for you. When I got promoted to lieutenant, we had different programs that we had to learn how to operate. I mean, she's a jack of all trades. She can do it all. And I didn't go to anybody but Dawn to find out how to actually do that. And one thing I can say to her, she's truly, truly humble, and she's gracious in her teachings and anything that she can help you with. And when she went upstairs to accreditation, she helped take us to a whole nother level. And that's what she's doing over at Fire with Chief Martin and our fire department as well. And her and I, we worked very closely when I was assistant chief over administration. And one of the things that I told Dawn that I would support her in all the things that she did and all the things that she would continue to do for us, and she's doing that. And when she had an opportunity to go to fire, I sat down and I told her that I truly supported everything that she wanted to do. And if she assured me that if I needed anything for his police department, and we're getting ready to go through our accreditation now next week, and Dawn has come over graciously, thanks to Chief, and help us to actually look through everything that we have to make sure that we're up and up on everything that we have to be ready for our accreditation, in which we have for next week. So Dawn, I truly, truly appreciate you, and that's a testament to who you are. And we're just so blessed to have you here in the city of Delray Beach for both departments and the city as a whole.
We all had an opportunity to hang out back on Thursday, April 3rd, 2025 in Orlando when the Delray Beach Fire Rescue Department was experiencing and being approved for reaccreditation. So you were instrumental in helping get squared away in that regard. But just as cogent, Chief Martin, whose first day of service was Monday, October 7th, 2024, you were actually pretty instrumental in helping him in his transition to his leadership role, getting squared away, not only as it relates to the accreditation process, but other preparation resulting in a visit in my office probably a couple months after his arrival, say December 2024. So Chief Martin, you, others of the administrative team in the Delray Beach Fire Rescue Department, I've had an opportunity to acknowledge and experience the wealth of talent that you bring to the organization. So just to contribute to both Chief Hunter and Chief Martin, their words, I also appreciate it very much. Nevertheless, 30 years, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
So let's get a picture. So Dawn in the middle. Police and fire, wait around everybody. We have an official picture and then fire rescue as well. Congratulations.
All right, up next with 25 years of service, Ronald DeLong. With 25 years of service, Darren Gurley. 25 years of service, Christopher Hutchinson. 20 years of service, Connor Devery. And with 10 years of service, Phil Watton.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as Chief Watton makes his way up, just wanted to say a few things about Chief Watton here, Phil. When you talk about leadership and the hallmarks of leadership in any organization, Phil, you epitomize all of those. Okay, you are a humble servant leader who has an unbelievable passion, not only for your team in your advocacy, but for your outreach to this community. Phil is a family man, married for 27 years with two sons, Douglas and Philip. This man not only sets an incredibly high standard for the Ocean Rescue Division, he lives that standard. Phil took me several times through his personal physical fitness routine that starts at 3 a.m. And someday at 50 years old, I hope to be a quarter of the athlete and the fitness level of Chief Watton. You're truly a remarkable leader. You're truly a remarkable servant to this city, to your team, and to this community. He has numerous accolades under his belt. He does a lot of community outreach off duty as well, serving at the St. Paul's Day School Board. He's the treasurer for the Florida Beach Patrol Chief Associations. I cannot say enough about having Phil Watton and the type of man, type of leader that you are to be on our team with the Fire Rescue Department. I thank you for your service.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, I just thought I'd take a moment to offer some additional acknowledgments here. I do what I can to encourage employees at all levels who are being recognized for years of service or any other honor being experienced to become part of it. And likewise, department directors are encouraged to participate and acknowledge their efforts as well. With that, you've all had an opportunity to see Fire Rescue Chief Ronald Martin, and of course, Interim Chief of Police as of about a month now, a little over a month actually, Daryl Hunter. So you all had a chance to interact in that regard. They've offered their comments a little while ago, so to acknowledge them as core members of the Delray Beach Executive Leadership Team. However, I'd like to also acknowledge the other members of the Executive Leadership Team to join us here today. So, a newest member of the team, the city's internal auditor, first in-house internal auditor, Ms. Yelena Georgiev. She's sitting in the back, sitting next to Don Melisse, coming off as a little bit shy and coy. That's not true, ladies and gentlemen, but she's great to have you on board. Of course, we've iterated that a number of times since your arrival, and of course, you'll have an opportunity to meet with everyone else on board as well. We also have with us Chief Technology Officer Jay Stacy with us. Jay Stacy. And one of the individuals being recognized today, and I should have a little bit of fun in those remarks, Director of Utilities Hassan Hajimiri. For 5 years of service. Director of Neighborhood and Community Services, Jerry Pryor. So again, extremely busy, particularly this time of year, proposed budget considerations and a number of other dynamics. So many department directors are extremely busy and involved. However, it's a decent time in which to take off a couple of days before people get too terribly stressed out in this regard. So did I miss anybody else representing the executive leadership team other than on behalf of the Department of Human Resources, Dorothy Banks. Right. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. Please continue.
All right. Up next with 15 years of service, Tyler Adams.
Congratulations.
We coordinated that little crisscross technique back there. So this is an easy one for me. Driver Engineer Adams Tyler is a friend of mine, so it's easy to speak on his behalf. I'll keep it professional, so since we're in a professional environment, right? So Driver Engineer Adams came with us, joined the organization in 2010. He's not new to Delray Beach or Delray Beach Fire Rescue. His dad was a retired chief with us. Chief Adams spent a whole career here in Delray Beach, and Tyler actually did some lifeguarding previous in another life with Delray as well, so he's very familiar with the city. Prior to joining us, Tyler had a whole nother life traveling. Believe it or not, we went to high school together. We didn't know each other back then, but we often debate about the merits of going right into school or going and seeing the world, and Tyler saw the world. Traveled all over the place. He's got phenomenal stories of things that he saw. And you know how some people can travel a bunch and they'll tell you stuff and it's kind of braggy, you know, like, oh, well, I did this or I went that. With Tyler, it's a little bit different. Everywhere he goes, he has a story of something he learned about a culture or a different way that somebody operates in another country. And he's taken all of that back. And he uses those skills on a daily basis here within the organization to really kind of understand people. And that's really what we were looking for in public service, right, is the ability to understand people and help. So it's a great attribute that we're lucky to have him be able to display for us. So he was promoted to driver engineer in 2018, climbed the ranks towards our driver engineer program, and now he's currently assigned at our special operations program. So as we're aware, the special operations program has a bunch of different certifications and skills that are needed, but just to name a few that he has, he's a hazardous materials technician, he's a dive rescue diver, he's a certified specialty rescue, and then on top of that, he's also a peer support member for our organization. And if that wasn't enough, outside of Delray Beach Fire Rescue, he's also a nurse practitioner and an avid union officer and helping with our members get through navigate the union trials and tribulations. So He's a busy man, busy guy, but somehow in there he managed to find a family too. So he's got his lovely wife Donna, and his 2 children, Mila and Kai, and they are roughly right around the ages between 2 and 5. So as you can guess, he's in it right now, and yet somehow he still manages to show up to work every day, do a phenomenal job, and we're just happy to have him in the organization. So congratulations, Tyler.
All right, up next with 15 years of service, Lindsay Bell. And with 15 years of service, Chief David Garcia.
All right, this is the last employee that I have the honor of talking a little bit about today. So when I joined the Fire Rescue Department in October, one of the first people I had the pleasure of meeting and encountering was then Captain Garcia, who was a very squared away officer that was in our training division. First time we actually had a chance to sit down and chat, I was impressed by his incredible personal discipline as he stood there at attention in my conference room office with a razor sharp uniform, squared away, and not touching a seat until I said, "Dude, have a seat, relax, I just want to chat." David, no surprise to me or to anyone else, public service runs in his veins. It pulsates through his very existence. He is a veteran who served with distinction between 2007 and 2013 with the United States Army. And David, if I haven't told you recently, thank you for your service. David is one of those people that if I asked him, "Hey, Chief, could you take down that block wall over there?" And he'd say, "Well, Chief, do you want it now, or can I do it 2 hours from now, because I'll get it done?" And he would do it no matter what the task or the challenges ahead of him. David is mission focused and he gets things done. So over the last couple of months, David came to me with a plan based on my assessment of the organization and his own internal observations on how we can enhance the level of preparedness with the city and really help enhance our emergency management and homeland security program. So with him, my deputy chief, Travis Franco, working cooperatively with Mr. Moore, David was elevated to the rank of Assistant Fire Rescue Chief, overseeing emergency management and homeland security functions.
And he takes this new role very seriously, ladies and gentlemen. I will attest.
I will tell you all today that keep an eye on Assistant Chief Garcia. Assistant Chief Garcia will put Delray Beach on the map at some point in his career for his commitment and focus to emergency management and preparedness. He does all of his jobs exceedingly well. He's never afraid to take on a challenge, and no matter what doors get closed in his face as an emergency management professional, he's still willing to go back and knock on that door and to collaborate, which is what emergency management is about. David is a father of 2 children. He's a committed family man. He's committed to service to our nation, to our community, and to our state. So David, thank you for your service. I am proud to call you an Assistant Fire Rescue Chief with our organization.
And a little something extra for reaching that particular milestone. So please step in the middle, the chief and myself. Get the official photo. Congratulations.
All right, moving on to neighborhood and community services. With 25 years of service, Paul Fulton. Okay.
Paul's not here, David's not here. No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Go to Ellen.
Okay. With 10 years of service, Ellen DeLima.
Yay!
Thank you, everyone. I'm Jerry Pryor. I'm the Director of Neighborhood and Community Services, and I want to recognize that Paul Fulton is unable to be here today, as well as Mr. David Aldemovar. That guy, our electrician. So they're out working, and they apologize for not being here, but I think, that was by design. I think they just don't like the recognition. But when you see them, please make sure you congratulate them, because they're good guys, and they've been here a long time. So I'm here to talk about Miss Ellen De Lima. And for those of you who don't know Miss Ellen, first off, she is the fashionista of our department. Every time I see her, I'm like, dang, I only hope to look remotely as good as you do. So for that, congratulations. I'd love to give you. Miss Ellen's been here for 10 years, and for those that are in code enforcement is happy to hear, that's where she started, was in code enforcement. And now she is over in neighborhood services, and she has been a powerhouse in this department in some of the programs that we manage. And for those of you who don't know, we do everything, right? So in neighborhood services, Ellen is the key person for our State Housing Initiative Partnership Program, also with our Community Development Block Program. And then in those programs, it's rent assistance, it's eviction prevention, it's workforce housing, it's housing rehab, it's curb appeals. It is a bunch of programs. And so, Miss Ellen, I want to congratulate you. And sometimes, as public servants, we kind of get lost in the minutia. And we get lost in that we are workers. We come in, we do our job, we go home. But I want you to think about the hundreds of people that you have had a significant impact in their lives, in our community, as well as our office and also our coworkers. So I don't ever want you to forget that impact. We do good work, and our community sees it. And without your leadership doing these programs, our community would be desperately trying to figure out how to navigate. So I want to congratulate you for your 10 years and thank you for your service, and keep going, and then keep looking beautiful when you come in, because that's our inspiration. So thank you. Oh wait, glasses, sorry. Thank you.
With 20 years of service,
We got Melinda.
I usually go.
Okay, I'll
but
let
that's
you do
fine.
you.
I just
You do
it's
you.
fine. Okay. Recognizing with 20 years of service, David Almodovar. And now with 5 years of service, Melinda Loria.
This one's going to be a fun one. So Melinda begged me not to say anything. Yeah, so she's quite embarrassed, actually. She didn't want to do this, but I pulled rank above Melinda and said, no, you're going. And so Melinda, thank you so much for your 5 years of service. She started as an executive assistant. She was the department coordinator, which is my executive assistant. And then now she's the business operations administrator. So I want to congratulate you on your recent promotion. And so in my experience with Melinda, she's really in charge, right? So department director, it's a title. Your executive assistants and your department assistants, they're the ones that are really in charge, because I could not handle this onboarding without you. And she kept me straight. She still does every day. She says, oh my God, let me fix you. And I was like, okay, great. Just you tell me where I need to be. You tell me what time I need to be there. And do I have broccoli in my teeth? And so she's definitely the person. But I also want to acknowledge your hard work. We've had a lot of transition in these last few months, as your coworkers will attest to you. Melinda works so hard to make sure that everyone's needs are met. She does payroll. which is the biggest thing, right? Our best friend in the world is the person who does payroll. She does our payroll. She keeps our finances correct. She does our human resources. She does everything, as well as take care of me. So I want to congratulate you. You were the best person to be the business operations manager, because she has a huge background in training and personal development. So I want to congratulate you on that as well. So now your biggest task is to find a replacement for you. So thank you for your 5 years, and somebody who is a pension person, good job, you're vested, baby.
And for the 5-year milestone, a little something extra.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome, and congratulations, and congratulations on the career trajectory that Jerry Farrar was just able to share with us. All right, please. Congratulations.
All right, moving on to the police department. With 15 years of service, Brittany Brown. With 15 years of service, Alex Smith. With 15 years of service, Ryan Frazier. With 15 years of service, Michael Geraci. 15 years of service, Kimberly Meade. And with 15 years of service, Aaron Siegel.
Lieutenant Reed, good to see you, ma'am. Congratulations, sir.
All right. Well, I'm Lieutenant Reed, for those of you who don't know me, and I've been working with Aaron for about 15 years. I've had the honor of working beside him in the Detective Bureau and working and supervising him. So Aaron joined the department in May of 2010, and I had a chance to go over his employee file yesterday, and one of the notes in there was he was mature for his age. So I thought that was pretty significant. And so like a couple months later, I see in the next eval that it says that he understood the department's report writing system better than most of the senior officers, and he's helping them write the reports. So that note must have been true. But that led to him being incredibly proactive on his shifts. He really was the drive for most of his shifts in his younger days, and it also got him landed a spot in the violent crimes unit, and then he was selected for the crime suppression unit, where he launched the juvenile arrest monitoring system with Detective Mueller. So they did some really good work back there. Now, you know that I've supervised and worked alongside you, which brings me to a personal story with Aaron. He was also part of the police recruits, where the police officers go in and we help mentor young recruits, and we have a competition every year. And I don't know if any of you remember Chief Frazier, but he was pretty hardcore that we had to win everything. So we were under a lot of pressure every time we went. So one of the areas that we have to do is a crime scene, and the recruits are timed on the event. So we get there, the recruits are setting up, and the crime scene tape where the pole is, we're a little bit short, so they can't reach. So now somebody's gonna have to run back to the car, get crime scene tape, and Aaron, in full problem solving mode, goes, "I got this," and he goes, "Just wrap the tape around me." He stands there like a pole. Somebody's there grinning for like 45 minutes, just standing there holding the crime scene tape. At one point, he did ask for a soda and an umbrella, which I'm pretty sure we gave it to him. But even just in the day-to-day things, he's always been quick to think on his feet, and just the day-to-day thinking is in the end. He became Master Police Officer, which is one of the highest achievements of the level of service on the road, in 2023. And that same year, he received a life-saving accommodation for helping save the life of a 91-year-old man in cardiac arrest. He performed CPR until fire rescue arrived and the patient regained a pulse, and he ultimately was fine, and he was released from the hospital. It's one of the many examples of Aaron's dedication and his calm response under pressure. So Aaron, you are living proof of we set the pace, not just as a department, but as individuals, through your professionalism, accountability, consistency, and excellence. And we thank you really for your service.
Up next with 10 years of service, Tio Kayotiki. With 10 years of service, Lois Pimentel. With 10 years of service, Patrick Godolph. And with 10 years of service, Matthew Kitsiro. All right, so moving on to the Utilities Department. With 10 years of service, Kelly Ann Simmons.
Hello, Kelly. Congratulations.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, now we're talking. Miss Simmons has been with the city for over 10 years. That's what she's here for today. She started with zoning and planning division or department at that time as an admin assistant. And I have had the pleasure to work with her for the past 5 years. In fact, Kelly was the first utility person that I met when I was planning to come to work for the city and was thinking about the utilities department. So I went to visit and I saw her, first person. And she made that first impression to me that stayed with me for the rest of my career. She's extremely, extremely kind, warm, and she just wants to help everyone. That's her nature. For those who have a pleasure and honor to work with her, they know that I'm not exaggerating. Maybe I'm understating her professionalism. Thank you, Kelly. I'm not done yet. Kelly, truly, I've been working for over 45 years. She is the hardest working employee that I have ever worked with. I honestly say that, and there is no doubt. There is no doubt that she is. She actually drives 70 miles a day each way to come to utility to work. And she's there at 6:30 a.m. before any of us at the utility start working. So I wanted to send her to the employee assistant program to see what's wrong with her. But that's the kind of person she is. She takes care of all the HR for the utilities, taking care of almost over 145 employees, and they all love her. And she acts like their sister, she acts like their mom, and she's truly that engine behind this whole operation in utilities that make the whole things run so smooth. It is not me, it is not the managers, or people like Kelly Simmons. One thing that Kelly also had changed me, and I thought, that for those people who work with me, I'm not the easiest person to work with. So when I came there, and I find out within the first few months that she's an animal lover. And I wasn't raised with the animal. To me, dog is dog, cat is cat. Even when I go to my son's apartment, he has a cat. I said, hey, hide that cat, man. I'm gonna just be here for one night. But she truly is an animal lover. And how do I say that? When there is a little lizard in our building, we have that old dinky office in Swinton Avenue. When there's a little gecko in the office, we all run in and screaming, including me, and all the Lisa, she hides behind me, and guess what Kelly does? She goes pick up that lizard, pet her. I'm sorry that you are away from your environment, and take her outside the door and put her on the grass. That's how caring she is. And that really says a lot about her. Now I became a little bit more passionate toward the animal. So when I go visit my kids, I said, okay, the cat can roam around the room. So with all that said, I'm truly honored to work with you, Kelly. I truly am. I'm not saying that. I don't need to say that, but you are what makes the utility what it is. and thank you for that. And on the behalf of all the amazing employees at the utilities, thank you and congratulations on your tenure.
Congratulations, Ms. Kelly. Congratulations. Thank you, son.
So, up next, with 5 years of service, Hassan Hajimeri.
You gotta make this official.
I don't know none of this.
Well, they know who you are, sir. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. Actually from the lectern and not from the floor. So, Director of Utilities Hassan Hajimeri has been with the City of Delray Beach since June 2020. And interestingly enough, I met him literally 1 year later as I was a finalist, one of 5 finalists for the city manager opportunity here in Delray Beach, Florida. And part of the experience involving key department directors was to be able to interact with the candidates of city manager position here in the city of Delray Beach. And Hassan tried his best to be serious and forthright. I knew darn well, with the quickness, that first day I met you, Monday, June 7, 2021, that you are hilarious. You are a riot. And this is true. He doesn't disappoint in that regard in any respect. And it's really funny because, of course, you are extremely capable in terms of your civil engineering background, your record of achievement leading public utility operations. You've had an illustrious career with Palm Beach County Department of Utilities for a significant period of time. And much of the experiences are extremely helpful to the city of Delray Beach since your arrival in June 2020, for which we are celebrating today. And of course, we've been extremely busy. So fortunately, I was selected to be Delray Beach City Manager 1 day after I met you, Tuesday, June 8, 2021. First day of service began Monday, August 2nd, 2021. And you were one of the first priority departments for which I had to engage, given the issues and concerns related to water utility operations, issues and challenges with the Florida Department of Health. Many of you all recall that being well documented and well broadcast at the time. Critical research in terms of our preparation for this opportunity and challenge, as we know as the Office of the City Manager for the City of Delray Beach, Florida. Goodness gracious and gee whiz. And we spent a lot of time together, and over the last few years, we've accomplished a lot. And your leadership, guidance, steadfast acumen is extremely instrumental. Not only that we were able to square away within the first few months the issues and challenges being perpetuated by the Florida Department of Health in terms of the consent order meeting those requirements, we took care of those far earlier than initially anticipated. Initially forecast of 3 years of various infrastructure commitments, it was accomplished in less than 2. And you were very proud and upbeat about it, and of course you were proud and upbeat about it, as was I. We've shared with the commission, we've shared with the public. It was tremendous outcomes for which we are all continue to be proud of to this day. Also, of course, we are now embarking on development and construction of a long overdue project known as the new water treatment plant facility. The necessary permitting, the revenue bond financing transactions, and a host of other activities, engagements that are being implemented by way of your leadership, working closely with me and everybody else involved. Bottom line, Hassan Hajimeri, it's an absolute pleasure. I'm really glad that you are here. The city of Delray Beach is extremely fortunate to have you on board. The humor, the disposition you demonstrate in that regard is a little something extra, ladies and gentlemen, that we all should value and appreciate. In other words, Hassan, you are a riot. You are funny. But most of all, you are an excellent leader for the Department of Utilities. And another major contribution was a reorganization we implemented 1 year, 3 months ago, and that is the incorporation of the Utility Billing Division, of which you have a number of fans present here today to witness the accolades and the adulation. So There was a bit of trepidation, concern about making that transition, but of course I knew it was the absolute right move to make, and the team members in that particular division also acknowledge us accordingly. Can I get a witness, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Bottom line, we are doing extremely well. It's an absolute pleasure. We give each other the business every once in a while, but in every instance, Hassan Hajimiri, it's extremely productive. As such, I ain't mad at nobody. Congratulations. We stand for a picture. For reaching the 5-year milestone, a little something extra.
I don't get a day off?
Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, up next, City Clerk's Office. With 5 years of service, Anthony Burson.
Congratulations. It feels like you've been here longer than 5 years. You're pretty knowledgeable. You kind of helped me out a little bit. This guy knows what's going on. Madam Deputy City Clerk, do tell.
So, Anthony moved here from Virginia.
I knew that.
Yes. And he moved here because we have better weather.
Well, a little more to it than just that.
Yeah, that's the main thing. So he started out as the administrative office coordinator, and he was recently promoted to the agenda coordinator position.
Yes, he was.
And we're praying that he hasn't changed his mind. He's been Employee of the Month, and we always hear great things about his work ethic, and it's truly been a pleasure to work with him. We are grateful for the value that he brings to the team in the clerk's office because he's reliable, consistent, and professional. Anthony has established positive working relationships with all departments and consistently shows his professionalism that has made a lasting impact. And we are excited for his next 5 years in Delray, right? Say yes. So anyway, congratulations, and I look forward to continuing to work with you.
Reaching a 5-year milestone, a little something extra. But perhaps most notably is congratulations on the promotion that Patrice Harris was able to talk about. Patrice Harris, ladies and gentlemen, was also promoted to the role recently of Deputy City Clerk. So, over the last few months, and we're very proud of you both. So, we have a good experience interacting and engaging with one another. Patrice, you got that real serious, deadpan look across your face tonight again. Thank you for the smile to make up for it. Likewise, we are in good company. So, congratulations, Anthony, 5-year milestone. Patrice as well on your promotional outcome as well. Let's do it. Congratulations.
All right, moving on. Moving on to IT, the Information Technology Department, with 5 years of service, Jay Stacy.
Didn't think we'd forget about you, Jay. Congratulations, sir. A little something extra for making the 5-year milestone. So, I will come back to the lectern. Jay Stacy, members of your team, representing, where are you, Don, Merlise, and I think I saw Jennifer, and everybody, okay, yes, everybody, AJ, the crew. Okay, I was about to suggest that you're a lot more popular than just Don being here. I mean, as I understand, your team pretty well values your background and experiences, your record of achievement. I offer that, ladies and gentlemen, not only because of the 5 years of contributions here in the city of Delray Beach in terms of advancing technology. We're an award-winning city because of the efforts on part of Jay Stacy and his team one of the top 10 digital cities in America for 2 years in a row, 2023, 2024, and much of that is a function of Jay and his team, everybody working diligently to help us get to the absolute best place possible, not only in terms of technological advances, but achieving efficiencies in operations throughout all departments. So for that reason, ladies and gentlemen, we're very fortunate to have you on board. The City Commission has acknowledged your efforts and contributions on a number of instances. Likewise, I've become more dependent on you to convey the sentiments as to why we are where we are. You work well with the colleagues on an executive leadership team to help us address a number of critical issues and challenges that continue to face any organization. However, it's an absolute pleasure to get us to this place. Much of this, I think, is a function of your previous background and record of achievement while serving the city of Fort Lauderdale. So coming on board 5 years ago to the city of Delray Beach, again, I've known you for coming up on 4 years now. A lot has been accomplished, and we look forward to that continued trajectory and the synergy that you bring to the table. So thank you very much, Jay Stacy. Congratulations to both you, your team members, because technology is something else, very intricate, and the necessity to remain steadfast and resolute in terms of leadership and guidance. And you bring that on a consistent basis. Congratulations. Don't move. You and I have to take an official picture. How could I forget? And that's what I love about these engagements, ladies and gentlemen. We get to learn about every individual person individually, not on a professional side. Jay is an accomplished musician. Many of you already knew that. Well, we thought we acknowledged it anyway. He kind of gave me the business a little bit ago while walking away, all disappointed he didn't talk about it. Man, we love you for your professional talent, your musical capabilities, and for you being you. How about that? That says it all. Okay. I am a little jealous in that regard, ladies and gentlemen, because for many years I always had an interest in learning how to play guitar. But Jay said to me a couple times, well, don't worry about that, Terrence. You're actually a fairly capable sketch artist, and that's actually pretty good too. So we all have our talents, skills, and abilities, etc. I'm still working on it.
All right. On to finance with 30 years of service, Cecilia Shade. All right, so that completes our list here, I believe. But now for the fun part, for our $100 winner. Who is going to, are you going to pull?
I will pull.
All right.
So everybody can be mad at me if I don't pull the money, whatever it is. Yeah, take it out on Terrence. It was the city manager's fault. Oh, goodness gracious.
Uh-oh.
The rich get
Buying
rich.
lunch.
Uh-oh. Hassan.
One of the benefits of attending quarterly awards program, you have an opportunity to not only get an award, regardless of income, regardless of level of the organization, regardless of any of that. If you're being recognized for a milestone serving the city of Delray Beach, you come. $100 is nothing to sneeze at. $100 is good for anybody. So Hassan, I think a number of people are now encouraging you to be a little bit generous with your newfound wealth. Yeah. Congratulations. Come on in. Thank you. We spelled the name correctly and everything. That's Hassan.
I don't have my glasses. Let me see.
Double check and verify. Okay, it's him. Congratulations. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Thank you very much.
So thank you. Congratulations, Hassan. How about that?
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again.
Thank you for coming.
Being here.
recognizing and celebrating the achievements and staying power of the various employees that have been acknowledged here today. Keep coming back, continue to do a great job, continue to be loyal and supportive, and we will continue to do our utmost despite any issues and challenges that are experienced. Take care, everybody. Stay well, keep out of trouble, and as always, don't mess it up.
Good job.